have a little dirt on my boots, but I'm taking you uptown tonight. Might have a little mud on my wheels.
Our next guest used to eat a lot of beef and now has gone vegan. And if a cattle rancher can do it, she says anybody can. Renee Sonen joining us from Angleton, Texas, 50 miles south of Houston, or Houston, as you might say. Good to have you on America Trends.
Hi there, it's good to be here.
Now, I love the name of your business, Rowdy Girl Sanctuary. It's not a place for a bachelorette party. Explain what it is you guys do.
You know, you're absolutely right. It's not a place for a bachelorette party, and we have a lot of cows out here, and what we do is we used to be a beef cattle ranch in the heart of cattle country, and we've converted to a vegan farm sanctuary. We are the first documented vegan farm sanctuary that's converted from a beef cattle ranch that I know of. And so what we do is rescue the animals, farm animals that are considered food. We rescue those same animals now, and we care for them for the rest of their lives.
That is just amazing. How did you guys make that switch and transition, you know, from being a cattle ranch in the heart of Texas to doing what you do now as a sanctuary?
Well, it was a very interesting transition. I married my husband, Tommy, for the second time. And when I moved here, I'm a city girl. And so when I moved here, I wasn't quite expecting to be transformed into a vegan. The cows became my friends. I started naming them. It wasn't something I was expecting. I started having these relationships with them. I started seeing them, and wasn't expecting it. But long story short is it took 6 years, because it's a very, you know, ranching is a very deeply traditional, you know, it's considered very honorable, especially family ranches. And so when I went against my husband's, you know, heritage, it was a very challenging on our marriage. So what happened in the end is I ended up going vegan on October 31st, 2014. And I basically told him a couple of months later that if he didn't stop selling the cows, I was going to follow the trailer to the sale barn, and I was going to rescue them all one by one, whether it meant buying them all back with his credit card or going to jail. And so what happened in the end is he relented, and he allowed me, didn't think I'd do it, but he allowed me to buy his cows. And I set up an online fundraising campaign on Indiegogo, and I raised $36,000 in less than 4 months, and I bought his cows, established Rowdy Girl Sanctuary, 501c3 nonprofit, and the rest is her story.
I love that. All right. I mean, I don't know if we have enough time in the show to hear about marrying him twice, so we'll see. Is there like a 30-second nutshell version on that?
Well, we got married. We always loved each other, and we divorced for some personal reasons. And then when we remarried, you know, he had the ranch, and here we are, and we are committed. He's vegan now. He's as much, I mean, this man has sacrificed so much for me to be able to fulfill my dream that has now also become his. And so together we're unstoppable.
Oh, well, I love happy endings on our Thrive Thursday. So that's a beautiful story. Tell us a little bit about some of the animals that you now have on your sanctuary.
Well, of course, we have Rowdy Girl. You know, Rowdy Girl, some people think I'm Rowdy Girl, which I've become quite rowdy in the process of doing this, but Rowdy Girl was a calf, and she's now a full-grown cow. She's got a baby named Houdini that's also a teenager, and there's Little Magic, which is her daughter, and we've got, you know, several cows. We've got White Spot, we've got Curly, we've got Martin, we've got horses, we've got chickens, we've got ducks. We have got a barrage of animals, almost 100 animals. And so, I mean, I could name them all one by one. There's Gizmo, we have Rue, we have Penny, we have Ivy, we have Pepper, there's Cinnamon, Fireball, you name it. You know, we've got these animals covered. They all got names, and we can identify them one by one.
I love it. RowdyGirlSanctuary.org, that is your website. Can people come and tour around and meet Frosty and Rowdy Girl and Fireball?
Absolutely. We have scheduled tours. You know, we recently were devastated in Hurricane Harvey. So we are at the point right now where we're getting everything back on track. And so, yes, you can certainly tour. We've got a big volunteer day scheduled December the 10th. And we have a documentary coming out on Thanksgiving Day called Ranch Rescue, which actually documents what happened. So as soon as we get everything cleaned up from the devastation of Hurricane Harvey, which I anticipate to be probably the 1st of February, we will be on track for scheduled tours again.
I'm so sorry you were challenged with that. Did the animals have to be relocated? Did you have to leave the ranch?
We actually relocated right at 96 animals. It was the most trying experience of our lives. On Sunday, it was just me and Tommy by ourselves. And so we had an immense challenge. We got all these animals to higher ground, and we were relocated for almost 2 weeks. So it was challenging. So it was during that time when we evacuated that I had the idea to bring a documentary in here, because it was obvious to me that I had to have somebody over my shoulder, our shoulders, documenting this. It was unbelievable to me what we were going through. And so Ranch Rescue will be released on a YouTube Thanksgiving Day. You can go to my Facebook page and see the post there that I've asked people to subscribe to our YouTube so that we can get you on board.
Oh my goodness, what an amazing story. So your documentary will be out Thanksgiving Day. We learned that Rowdy Girl Sanctuary is a place where lots of animals go, and we can tour too. And one last word about a big cattle rancher going vegan.
One last word about a cattle rancher going vegan. Well, I can tell you my husband is sitting right over there on the couch looking at me. And, you know, if a cattle rancher can go vegan, anybody can. And we have a program. It's called the Rancher Advocacy Program, and it's in development right now. And what I can say about that is ranchers by nature love their animals. It's just really difficult to make the leap from, you know, ranching.
RowdyGirlSanctuary.org. Thank you so much for joining us. We're back right after this.
Free Communication Weekend, that's how I started on eHarmony. You get to communicate with your matches for free. Being able to see who I was going to get matched with and communicate with them was a really good introduction.
This weekend, you can message your matches for free. It's the first step in finding that